Hey, what's going on? Hey, this is Eyes on Smash Bros Radio, the only digital award-winning radio station located where? In Birmingham, Alabama. Hey, appreciate you joining in. Hey, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. Please, if you have not done so, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. We would appreciate you. As well as please don't forget to download our app so that way you can take us wherever you want to. And trust me, we would want to go with you. As for eyes, you can find me, shoot, you can find me practically anywhere. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Facebook as well as YouTube. So please, if you have not done so, like, follow, share, and subscribe. And please do not forget to download the app. So we appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, close to the end of May. Time's going by quickly. We got one remaining event coming up, and that is November 9th, 2024 at the Bessemer Civic Center. Smash Bros Radio, as well as Eyes, are proud sponsors of the Southern Bully Showdown Part 2. It is being presented by 1888 Bully Kennel. So if you have any questions, you can contact DeJuan Hall at 205-460-6435, 205-460-6435. This is a chance of coming out, learning what the kennels, learning about the breeders, learning about the breed. You'll be surprised at the number of breeds that include the bully. I didn't know that the French Bulldog was a bully. So and this is a way of coming out, enjoying yourself. If you wish to be a sponsor, if you wish to donate, if you're a vendor, a participant, get in touch with Juan. There's still spaces open. So come out and enjoy yourself. It's going to be a good time looking at all. And if you've never been to a dog show, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. There will be vendors out there. There will be food out there. So food trucks. If you would like to participate, bring your food truck out there. Get in touch with DeJuan and find out all the information. So we are a proud sponsor of the bullies. So got a lot going on as usual. And I was complex. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Oh, before I forget. Also, where is right here? Forked. Again, fantastic. You ever gone to a restaurant and you had to wash the silverware, send the silverware back? Forked again has utensils. Let me show you what you get. Also, if you contact them, you will get a discount. If you use the code EYES, OZZZ, 3Z's, OZZZ, 15, and you'll get a 15% discount. And also you can have laser engraved your name or initials or whatever. Is a perfect gift for, see that? Fantastic. Let me show you. See that? So get in touch with them. Use the discount so that way you get 15% discount. This can be used as a gift for bridals, can be a gift for birthday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, divorces, any type of occasion that you want, you can get it. So it's Forked again. You can find them on TikTok. You can find them on Instagram. And you can also find them on Facebook. So it's Forked again. So see, you get this little packet. It comes into this. So check them out. Tell them that I sent you. So we had a lot of commencements going on. Had a lot of commencements going to happen soon. And long time ago, we had a certain way, a decorum. the decorum. There was a certain way that you were expected to conduct yourself. And I'm finding out now that there's no decorum. There are people, and there's no way of dress. We were raised back in the dark ages. We were raised that there was a certain way that you were to dress, certain way that you were supposed to act when it came to a funeral, when it came to a wedding, when it came to commencements. There was a certain expectation, certain requirement for you, and it's no longer there. Uh, the ones that I have witnessed have been extremely alley, have been extremely just 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 rude, and I don't understand it. Uh, when I when I started teaching in '88, of course, the middle school, we were strict, and there was a certain way that certain uniform, a certain way it's attire that the girls had to wear and the boys had to wear, and the neighborhood came out to see the eighth graders be promoted. And then I get to high school, and Dr. Glaze has to make an announcement about how we're supposed to conduct ourselves at commencement. Uh, People were bringing cakes, half sheet cakes, bringing balloons, bringing was it bouquets, and expected the graduates to carry the cake, to carry the balloons, to carry the bouquet with them. And I never did understand why. I mean, do they not understand? And then some of the attire, the adults were dressing like whores, were dressing like they were just getting out of the yard. And so, and then to see it now occurring, uh, it's gotten worse. Yes, you are proud that your relative, your son, your children, your siblings, your nephew, your niece, your grandson, so forth, so on. Yes, you're proud that they're graduating, but at the same time, you have to be mindful. You have to be conscientious that there are other families being represented too. And this screaming and hollering and carrying on as if you had a basketball game is just unacceptable. Is unacceptable. And then on top of that, there is a time that commencement starts. And then for individuals in the middle of commencement to come in late, I don't understand it. It's unacceptable. I remember when I became senior advisor, and and it was understood that commencement started at a certain time. And then after a certain time, the doors were going to be closed. No one was going to be admitted. It was understood that while the graduates were behind getting set up, that there were to be no relatives back there. And there was a few times to where I had to get the policeman involved to escort the relative or relatives either out of the building or into the auditorium. So I don't understand this not having manners. I don't understand this dressing. Y'all have forgotten what dress codes are. You dress as if you're going to a bar. You dress as if you are coming back from a bar. You dress as if you have no type of acknowledgement of how you look. I mean, where is decorum? Who is teaching you, or were you ever taught? Now I can understand the balloons, I can understand the cakes, I can understand the bouquets, but that's after commencement. That's not, you don't, kids don't walk down the they don't walk down with such stuff. And for the parents or for the relatives to expect that, you're out of order. You're totally out of order. There's a way that has been set up that you're supposed to conduct yourselves. There's a system, there's a progress, there's a process of how and what is required and not required, what is expected and what's not expected. And we wonder what's wrong with the kids. We understand what's wrong with the kids because it's the adults. The adults have no common sense. The adults, and then with that in mind, with the way that the parents allow the girls to dress for prom, most of the girls are dressed like whores and strippers. And please, and I need some, and I'm being sincere. I need some enlightenment. I need some knowledge. I don't understand flashing the money. I don't understand flashing the weaponry, the guns. I don't understand that. What is the purpose of showcasing money? Well, I mean, what does that show? All it shows to me is that you have no type of sense. You're setting yourself up to be robbed. So I don't understand, and I don't know if it's a culture thing because the friends that I have are pretty much are on, not pretty much, they're on the same level. They don't understand the showing of the money, showing the weaponry, the girls dressing like whores or strippers, the guys. Oh boy, I I, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand the reasoning behind allowing your child to dress showing. I mean, in most cases, they shouldn't have put on clothes because for a teenage girl to have all of her breasts showcasing that has a slit that goes all the way up her thigh, and if a big puff of wind should happen, all of her glories are going to be showing. Now I'm trying, and I'm finding out that for the fashion for the guys, that what we call flooding, that's the fashion that you're supposed to have your pants above your knees. I mean above your ankles, and then some are wearing tucks that have shorts. Some things should change. Some things should stay the same. When it comes to graduation, when it comes to commencement, when it comes to funerals, when it comes to weddings, when it comes to certain occasions and events, there is a certain decorum. There's a certain requirement. So I'm wondering where did decorum go, or has things changed? From what I understand from everyone, things haven't changed. But for parents, for adults to come dressed as if they're coming from this club or going to the club or coming out of the yard. They're unkept. They look atrocious. And this is a commencement. And then for you to allow your children, for you to allow your teenagers to dress the way that they're dressing and all, there should be some type of understanding. Yes, they're graduating, but at the same time, why would you allow your daughter to dress like or to resemble a whore stripper? All this finery, all these feathers, th- these sequences, and then listen. If you are a size 18, understand that even though you have material that stretches, that material can only stretch so far. So if you are a size 18 and you are trying to get what you are endowed with into a size 10, God bless you. God bless you. God, because see, everything that stretch material can only stretch so far. And people should be honest with you to let you know that when you walk, you look like rippling waves. And then for you to have spaghetti straps trying to hold up a bosom, it is mind blowing. Mind blowing. So I'm wondering, where did the decorum go? Did you not understand that when you go to certain occasions or certain events, graduations, or commencements, that you dress as if you're going to church? You don't necessarily have to wear a tie. You don't necessarily have to, go all out, but dress comfortably, dress decent. And I mean, decent is a broad word because my definition of decent could be totally opposite of your definition of decent. But and then you have to be cautious about what you wear to church because people wear whatever they want to church now. I forgot about that. So when you say, well, wear what you wear to church, you have to be cautious because you don't know what people wear to church now. And see, this was back during the dark ages. Back during the dark ages, the men and boys always wore suits, always had ties. I can understand having a blazer and slacks and a shirt without a tie. Ladies always covered up. Ladies always wore clothing that was unrevealing, that were not so sexually enticing. And most of us had Bibles. We always carried Bibles with us. I don't think that there's many kids that have Bibles anymore or a personal Bible. When we went to commencement, we did the applause, but we waited for everyone to march across the stage. And once the principal, administrator, whoever said, now you to move your tassel from one side to the other, that's when we got up and did a standing ovation because we were honoring all of the graduates. But for one individual to cross the stage and you have individuals screaming and hollering and jumping up and down for 2 and 3 a minute, you're not allowing the other families to enjoy their time watching their graduate cross the stage because it's not all about you. And see, I think that that's where some of the problems come because we have become so entitled. We have become so selfish. We have become so self-centered that we don't care about anybody else. Doesn't make it right. But to see and to witness some of the events and some of the happenings, and then to have fights and to argue over chairs or seatings. I mean, we do that because now I can understand a family member getting there early and reserving seats. That's the norm. That's the norm. That and then you have others coming that, well, you can't reserve all these seats. Why not? If you had arrived early, then you could have saved seats. Now, I think that it gets kind of out of the line when you reserve more than 4 seats. When you have an entire row reserved, that causes people to pause. Because 9 times out of 10, you know exactly who's going to come in late. And those individuals who come in late, well, you just have to suffer the consequences and you can't sit with the family. See, I was always on old folks or young folks' time. And most of that was on old folks' time, which meant that if I had a field trip, you better be there 15 minutes before I leave, because once I have taken row, once everyone has been seated, and once the school bus door has closed, you're not getting on. You're not getting on. Not on this bus. Not on this bus. I've had well, really two parents who thought that they were going to tell me what I could do in my class or what I could do with my field trip. Not me. You're not going to tell me how to run my field trip. And then I've had parents to bring their children to the place expecting their child to ride back on the bus. I'm not responsible for your child. Not responsible. If your child did not ride with me, your child is not going to go back with me. And yes, I've been called to Dr. Contra's office, but I was trained in that when I sent home letters, I mentioned, so I covered myself. Their expectations that are a decorum that is expected. And there's no decorum anymore. In any, and I'm wondering why. I'm wondering why. Changes have to occur. I agree. I agree. I'm with you. Certain changes, now when it comes to certain events, certain occasions, there's a decorum. And plus two, I don't understand after the first two. I don't know. I don't know. Especially when it comes to baby showers. Is it expected or is it required for you to have a baby shower for every child that you have? Or is that just for the first child? And also when it comes to a wedding, if this is your second wedding, what was expected from the first wedding, are those expectations transferred to the second, third, fourth wedding? So I don't know. I don't know anymore. I really don't. I don't know anymore. All the thing that I know is that what I have witnessed, what I have seen from these adults are unacceptable. And that's straight across the board. That has nothing to do with culture. That has to do with social economics. That's what it comes down to. Because the first thing that people have to understand, there's only one race, and that's the human race. Let me say that again. There's only one race, and that's the human race. Now, under that umbrella are cultures or groups. But as for race, there's only one race, and that's the human race. So when it comes to decorum, it has nothing to do with culture. It has to do with social economic levels. Because those individuals of a social level have those same or similar expectations. Poor are going to be poor, middle are going to be middle, Upper middle, same thing. There's expectations in each social economic level. Middle class, everyone in the middle class has a certain expectations. Same way with the middle class. So it has nothing to do with culture. And I just thought about that. It has nothing to do with culture. It has to do with the social economic level. At the same time, it should be understood that there's a certain way that you act, a certain way that you react, a certain way that you address when you go to a commencement, when you go to a funeral, when it goes to a wedding. You know how to dress during a funeral. You know how to dress during a wedding. You know that you're not supposed to outdress the bride. You're not to out, what is it, come out with something that's going to diminish the bride. The bride is a focal point. Same way when it comes to commencement, the graduates are the focal point. Everyone should be celebrating for the entire class, but most importantly for the one that you're representing. So the way that some of the decorum, and I think that the schools should be diligent when it comes to, they should send out letters letting exactly what is required and what is not required, what is expected, what is not expected. You do it, you do it, you don't, you don't. There will be no relatives while the seniors or graduates are lining up. There will be no pictures back in the back. If at a certain time you're not there, doors are closed. Certain expectations. If certain groups or certain family members don't understand what the decorum, what are manners or whatever, then teach them. These are the expectations. Commencement starts at 10 o'clock. The graduates start marching out at 10:05. At 10 o'clock, doors closed. No admittance. Or at least by 10, while the graduates are walking in, I can see. At 10:10, doors are closed. These are the dress. And you have to be precise because, again, the way some of the people dress to going to church, ooh, boy. Same way when it comes to the prom. If there's a certain, if too much skin is showing, don't let them in. Senior advisors should have already covered that with them. But again, the decorum has left. But there is expectations. There's a decorum when it comes to commencement, when it comes to weddings, when it comes to funerals. You do it, you do it, you don't, you don't. That's how it's supposed to be. So I appreciate y'all for stopping in. Enjoy your Monday. Have a fantastic week. Contact those individuals that mean a lot to you. Check in on them. See how they're doing. Know your value. Know your worth. Know that you control everything about you. And most importantly, know that I love you more than I love my luggage. I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all take care.